Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks, Rye. So I'm gonna show some earlier shots, thanks, Ryder, of working outside before we owned the farm. So I wasn't allowed to do anything in the house because we didn't own it yet. I got permission to work outside, so I did do some cleaning up outside. I want to show you guys. This is from earlier in 2022. And then we'll get into working on the lean-to in the garage and just cleaning up some junk and scrap. That was working, we did that in about 10 hours. 2 different days, but about 10 hours total work. That was all together. And then I will do a walkthrough at the end to show you what the property on the outside looks like now after you were able to see those beginning parts. So enjoy the video. Thanks guys for watching. We appreciate it. All right, we're continuing our land clearing process here. We are in the back. This is the old pad where a lot of equipment is parked. So I'm working one by one to clear out the brush, briars, everything like that. So this is what it looks like. Give me a little bit to clear this up. All right, we're working little by little to get this. It's coming out really good so far. Just some big gloves and some cutters. All right, we're cleared out more and more and more. I'm almost able to get around now. Don't know when this was made, what year it is, or who the manufacturer was. If you know, let me know. It was my great-grandfather's. This is his farm property. My wife and I, my amazing wife and I are buying. This is in the back. So, all right, I still have a little bit of cleaning up around this. My hope is that we can move this sometime in the spring. But this is what it looks like so far. So just about everything around it's pretty much out of the way. I'm gonna use a back or a skid steer to move this pile, and I have a couple of burn piles across our landscape here that I'm gonna do. But I haven't had much time to look at this or to get much info on it. I'm trying to salvage what I can around here. So you can walk around it. Pretty neat spreader. So on to the next project around here. But it looks way different than what it did 30 minutes ago. So not bad. Next project here. I'm gonna try to clean this up a little bit. My goal is to be able to get through here. Have like this wooded path that used to be a barn and equipment parked around it. So my goal is to clear this all out. Kind of get the shrub out of here and see what kind of trash we have to clean up and what kind of wood, tires. There's a lot of stuff here, so try to get things organized. But eventually chop all these trees down. So I'm gonna work on this real quick and then just kind of go around the outside. I was already at the far side clearing out around some equipment, so this is over here. So it looks pretty good right now. I'll be able to take all this out of here and move it to our wood burning pile eventually. So keep on this. All right, update. This is already looking a lot better. Cleared a lot of this. I'll come back and rake it all up, cut this down. I'm gonna work back here on that, work through this pile of junk, try to get a path from here the whole way across. That's the goal. So I'll keep cleaning it up. Our pile back here is getting even bigger. All right, I've got myself in here. A lot of stuff here to cut. I may take a little break here, but we're getting a pathway the whole way through. So we're getting there. All right, I got a really good path cleared out here now. You can see where I took out a bunch of branches through here, and I'm piling them all in the middle of this now. So that's where the structure used to be at. So I've been slowly trying to dig out some of the equipment that's buried on the outskirts of this, as you can see, now that we're in the middle here. So we're working through. I want to take away a lot of branches on this over here. This tree, clear that up so I can walk out through this way. And a couple pieces of equipment laying around through this side. I'm trying to clear this up right here. It's coming out really well. Oh, this is all I got for today. I think I made a bigger mess, but I tried clearing a lot of that out, which I did, if you remember. So it's getting there. I made a new pile here. Got a pile over there and a pile in the center here. It's all easy ways to get all this brush out of here. Once I'm done, I can start whacking some of these trees. So I'll continue on. I'll get all this out of here. And that should be pretty good. There's a lot of brush on this side. I don't know how I'm gonna get to that, but we'll figure that out. Well, it's been a couple of weeks back in the property. It's been snowing, so I waited to come back, but had a free day, so I figured I'd trek myself up here, continue cutting. As you can see, it's pretty open. Got this somewhat out. I still need to get this. This is all branches that I put over here, so that's a pile. It's all pretty clear right here. I want to work on today these trees over here. As you can see, they're hanging all on the ground. They're all nasty. About 2 back there. I want to open all that up, so I'm going to work on all of this. Have my handy equipment here, and we're going to go to work on this. All right, quick update. My pile is expanding. So now, if you remember what this looked like, boom. All right, now we can go right through. Stuff on the ground. I'll write that up when the snow is gone. But we're getting there. I pretty much have this tree trimmed up. Clearly gonna cut it down, but not yet. I haven't worked on the second tree back yet, but it's coming along very well. Up front, this front corner is pretty cleared out, but this middle still needs a lot of work, a lot of scrap there you have to get rid of and organize. There's a giant scrap pile over here too, and then some equipment still stuck in some brush here that I'm going to get to. But this is really good for right now. We'll see if I keep carrying along here. All right, the snow is finally starting to melt, so I'm back here. I have my pals. I have my trusty sidekick here. And we're gonna keep cutting away, keep cutting these small branches away. I want to cut everything across here. This is where I want to start focusing on. I have everything over there. It's just a giant pile of all kinds of shrub that I can burn over there. And then once this is done, I have this giant mess and this mess up front here, which I'm not too concerned about. So let's get at it. It's gonna look like this. Let's see what it looks like in a little bit. So the pile's gotten bigger. Thanks for the help, Ryder. As you can see, now we have some more room. It's not perfect. I have to come back and get all this little stuff out of here, rake it up. But, you know, we can move in and out of here now. As you can see, we have the foundation base here, so awesome. So next time I come back, I'm expecting to burn at least a lot of this sticks in the middle here, a lot of the brush. And I have a lot of brush right here I want to burn up, and then after that, start cutting down these trees. So it's really coming together. And I'm really just using some large cutters that I have and some small ones, some snips, just because I don't know what's back here. I'm trying to figure out what all we have, so I didn't want to take a skid loader or the backhoe back here and, you know, mess something up. So it's kind of why I'm just going through this while it's winter time and all this stuff's dead and not growing. Wanted to give a quick update. So it's been a really nice weekend here. We got a roll-off dumpster for some of the trash out front in the house. As you can see, this pile was huge. Now it's almost all gone. I've been trying to burn some of the wood from inside the house here. So this is cleared up. There's still a lot to go through and cut off the ends and take the backhoe and the skid loader through here to you know, fix all this. But this pile here is pretty much gone. I'm working on this pile over there. I still have all this. I'm gonna have to junk and sort this mess. This front is pretty much what I have to deal with, but it's not exactly the front. It's more the middle of this old building structure. And I have a big pile over here to the right of the camper up here. I'll start bringing those back here to burn. But as you can see, I made some path. I just haven't connected it yet. But up here, I did the same. I pretty much cleared out all of it except for the junk that's up here. As you can see, these are right in this middle section, so I have to work through this middle now. But a lot of this is looking a lot better. As you can see from the beginning of the video, you couldn't really see back here. You couldn't tell what was here. And
A lot of work still needs done with this, but runs, drives, and operates. It's not leaking fluid as much. It's not leaking power, steering fluid at least. A couple of these cylinders need repacked. We have done some. Just wanted to move this. We have someone coming to pick up the stocks, hopefully today, that are in here for my great-grandparents. I'm gonna just back this H up a little bit. I don't like where it's sitting on this tire, where it was sitting flat before, as you can see. So I just want to move it. I'm battling a sickness right now, so I wasn't able to get much done. But I do want to back that up. I have been able to clean in here, but I will be cleaning all this out. So these will be gone hopefully today, giving us more space on this side of the garage. Pumped up, the stocks are finally gone. Gone to a good home. Someone who really appreciate them, and someone who actually helped fabricate them in the first place over 30 years ago. Really cool. So I just cleaned up a pile here. I got a pile here. Pile here. Using some lights from the gator. Want to help get this cleared out. I've kind of just been placing anything good over on this shelving and kind of over here, just hoarding it the way I can go through it at the end. All right, I have the gator filled up with our first round. I'm going to take back to the scrap pile / our burning pile. So far, just trying to figure out what we all have here. I found some really cool tools. This really cool toolbox here. Vinyl insulated solderless terminals. Just trying to clean this up. This is actually a light that's mounted to this. This little torch top. All the cool pieces. So I'm going to back this out. I'm working on this side over here too. Trying to get this all cleaned up and out of here. I'm going to also get this out of here. Cleaned out some of the racks as well. All right, so I'm working on moving all this out of here. I want to get this out of here today, hopefully. This out with this 305 engine. I want to start digging this down with our skid loader here. I also want to pick up this pile of junk, and from the old stocks I got 4 pegs that I need to get out of here. I want to move this into this spot for now as I dig out this area. I also want to keep putting all the things I found on the ground up here, what I want to keep, what I don't, put it in our scrap pile. I just moved the H around the side. It shares a battery with the 656. I want to get this out of here. Hoping today my brother can help me. I'll move the low boy out of here, get it started. I want to try to move all of this out of here, maybe, hopefully, maybe, we'll see. A friend wants this Amish buggy. It's pretty cool with my great-grandfather's, along with this, but I need the space. I don't use these. I don't think I'm going to get involved with horses for a long time, although we do have one. She just hangs out on the property. So it's not really something that I'm into. It's not really a passion of mine, and I know they will both be in good hands. So I do want to get them out of here so that someone can take them and that I can help dig some of this out down here, this dirt out of here, restone this, make it right so I can park some more things in here. I think that's a smart thing to do. It's the right thing to do. All right, the Farmel 656 is out of here. You know, it has a really, really ugly gas tank. Needs cleaned out, just like I did to the H here. I just haven't got to it. There's a lot of sediment, and so it's really tough to keep it running. So it's been on the back burner as a project. It's something I do need to get to. I want to use it as my snow plow, so I can't have my snow plow not wanting to start or dying on me here. I just replaced this fork. So, and the snow plow still sitting in the weeds for the last 20 years. Who knows? So 2 out. Get the low boy out. There's a little bit of a leak on the car. I'm trying to fix it with my old 4-inch crescent wrench, so we'll see. And that's right here. This has done so much work for me. This is the first piece of equipment here that I got running during COVID in 2020, before we owned the property. So this is really special to me. First thing I got running. I like to keep it in good shape, good health. I ran the tank dry before I parked it here, so filled it back up a little bit. All right, the engine and both compressor are out of here. Nice. Drag this thing out of here. Wow. Oh, we done. That's okay. I'm gonna get that out of here. So it's still pretty mucky out here. My brother's coming in here and removing this top layer before we put some stone on it. I did get the low boy moved, so now we just have this to get out of here. This high narrow wagon. We'll see if we can get it out of here. Okay, so for this dumpster to come up here, down there, I need to move this. Close to having it run. Just haven't had a chance to try to start it. And move this cub. I need to move this out of the way. My family used this to harness horses. So I'm gonna move this out of the way. Just hang on. All right, I'm able to get the H running out here. Running pretty good. I'll hook it up to this A. I'm gonna just pull it out of the way in case the dumpster comes. We had a couple of nice days here in Pittsburgh. So I just wanna make sure I'm not in the road. Move this bad boy. Then I'm gonna hook up and move this bad boy too. Move him out of the way. Put him over here in the yard. Over here somewhere. We have a great little relaxing trip up north in the Allegheny National Forest. So quick little trip away from the farm for a nice little weekend. All right, it's another good day here. All right, so number 3 stone dropped off. It's just been so mucky here. This is just such a mucky area. It's right into the entrances to our lean-to and our garage here. So I'm hoping we can get some stone the whole way back here just for now. Maybe get some stone in here. So number 2 in here, maybe. So we'll see. I'm currently working on cleaning up this garage a little bit. I haven't moved the wagon in there, our parade wagon. I'd like to get that out of here for its new owner. But I'm just working on trying to organize, get these tabletops cleaned off, That way I can start going through, cleaning up these, cleaning up some stuff in here. I already cleaned that out. That way I can start moving stuff over here into where it's gonna, a final spot for it. I'm gonna move my wheel horse over here, just so we can clean all this out. Our goal this winter at some point is to start digging this out. We can stone. I wanna cement this like I've been saying to everybody. And eventually we're gonna work over here. Getting this cleaned out. I got this. A couple of extra things. Try to clean up the toolboxes. They're all cleaned up. I'm gonna clean this out. I need to clean this box out. Let's clean these all out as well. I'm really trying to save all the nuts, bolts, washers I can. I mean, it's just impossible. This is the top of this, which I'm going to try to save because it's pretty nice, but I mean, look at all this soot and just, it's impossible to save everything. I mean, you guys tell me, how many nuts, bolts, washers is enough? This place is full of them. I've been saving them in buckets. I have them stored in buckets over here that I'll eventually sort once it's all finished up. But I mean, some of these I just have to throw away. I got to put in the scrap pile. I mean, I feel like I would never get to use all these anyways. Heck, my great-grandfather has it. My grandfather has it. I mean, how many is enough? So sorry if I'm throwing these away, but wow. Sometimes it just got to go. Sometimes it just got to go. It needs a fresh restart. I'm trying to move some of this stuff out of here. Years and years, decades. Wow. Not bad so far. I organized some of our sand down here for the driveway, and I cleaned this off for the first time in a long time. Discovered this. Even discovered this. If anyone's drank this when this was new, let me know. Did you ever drink out of this can before? It was literally just sitting down here in a pile of debris. I saved a couple parts of the magneto, some parts for a backhoe to take off some of the pumps. I saved these for, I think they're for skinning pigs. I think that's what that's for. A couple odds and ends I saved. Some bolts that I gotta put away. Some stuff for our mowers and PTOs. And then 2 come-alongs I found sitting here in this debris. So I figured I'd save those, see if these can work. We're all having a good come-along here. And then I saved a bunch of horseshoes I found. You know, what can I do with horseshoes? I'm not sure, but let me know. What do you do with horseshoes? Something cool I can do with that. And I'm gonna try to clean this up over here. My grandfather likes to hoard old wire for some reason, so I'm gonna just try to fit as much wires in this bucket as I can. Because I'd love to put our air compressor right here. It fit great. So, and I'll move this toolbox out of the way too. See if I can. Back at it on this awesome Sunday. You know, I'm still working on getting this wheel horse started. Ryder's protecting us. Rye, you good? Oh yeah, she's good. So I wanted to clean this table off. This is the table we've been using really to just store random things we find, random tools we find. It was already covered in stuff. It's crazy. So I put every tool that was on here, mixed around in here. I'll sort it out eventually. All the washers and nuts in here and all the bolts in there. So I'm trying to keep track and save what I can. I have a spark plug collection from here. So all these spark plugs in here. If you want to collect spark plugs, let me know. Some cool things I found in here. Little magnet. Thought that was neat. Little 1/4-inch wrench. Thought that was pretty cool too. This is great to test our gaps. I have one of these I steal off my grandfather sometimes, but now I have one of my own. So that's awesome. That'd be great. That's really cool to have. Just some odds and ends. This is something I've been really looking to have one of these too. My grandfather has a couple. You know, for oil, this is awesome. Really cool. It was all stuffed here. You guys saw the videos of how bad this was. So probably just leave everything around here for now. But I found dozens of sockets, 1/4-inch, 1/2-inch, 3/4. Put them all over there in my sockets. I'll eventually, you know, go through those when I have time. It's more organized, but I just wanted them all in their own sections so I can keep adding to it. That makes the most sense to me. So let me figure out what I want to put on here. Hey, Rye. So Ryder helped me with this. We ended up putting the nuts and bolts down here. All the tools I found right here. I left a couple things on here. Put our fuel up here. I'm missing 1 can. I put our jacks over here. This can, I don't know. I didn't get to that yet. Put a couple extra tools that I couldn't fit there. They just need soaked and washed off and cleaned. Oh, probably a lot of PB Blaster too, or WD-40. I didn't get to this section yet, but I want to get to this. You know, all of this stuff right here. And I want to put these in our shed. We can put them on the top, up in the rafters. And I want to work my way back to this, which I have this pretty well organized. You know, gear oil, engine oil, radiator fluid, windshield wiper fluid, power steering fluid, all our penetrators, fluid film, all that stuff's here. And I have no idea what's back here. And did I mention we have 3 light bulbs working now? Nice. This one, and not so well. I want to see if these work over here. I have an extra set sitting on my gator, so we'll hook those up, see if that works. And look how nice it looks over here. This is setting. None of those wires are here anymore. It looks so clean. Nice and organized. So this is what it looks like now. We're right before getting the dumpster. So this is what all that brush has looked like last winter. We're about the exact same time 1 year ago I started on this. So 1 year ago, we have tons of scrap that's ready to go and to our dumpsters. But this is all covered in brush. And here's our pad finally. You can finally see it. I have some copper still stored here. And this is all branches that need burned. And here's our scrap pile. So this is what it looks like now. Tire pile. But all this, I moved some of the implements up here, the ones we did not sell. I'm trying to find good homes for them, not just being scrapped, used, or yard art, something. Smells like horrible, and I can't stand this, but we needed a place to put all the scrap metal. So this is the spot that we decided in the back, but soon this will all be gone. I can't wait. Still to cut this thing up. I still have to get rid of this. Somebody did buy our manure spreader. They just have not picked it up yet. So that's the update on the outside. Part 2 will have this cleaned up, and I'm so excited for it. All right, one last look. This is the end of part 1. Thanks, guys, so much for watching this transformation happen. I'm so excited that you can actually walk in here. It's spacious. Look at my previous videos. It was catastrophe for years. This place really was, in my opinion, abandoned and just left to go. My grandfather used it to park some of his stuff in here and just accumulate junk. So my next step is work over here, get our wheel horse moved, cleaned up, and organize shelves a little bit more. This bottom shelf needs adjusted, but you know, get this table out of here. But wow, just so spacious. This was totally filled at the beginning. All right, look forward to part 2. The dumpsters being dropped off tomorrow. I can't wait.